Months after it ended on CBS, Blue Bloods is still dominating with viewers, and it makes me bummed about the spin-off even after CBS officially closed the case on Blue Bloods. The beloved police procedural isn't going quietly into TV history, months after its final episodes aired. The Reagan family drama continues to dominate in syndication, on streaming platforms, and through digital sales, proving its enduring connection with fans. But while the show's post-finale success is impressive, it also brings a tinge of disappointment. Why? Because every rerun that reminds us of how special Blue Bloods was also highlights just how uncertain and perhaps unfulfilling the proposed spin-off still feels. A legacy that refuses to fade. Blue Bloods ended its 14-season run in 2025, leaving behind a legacy of strong family dynamics, grounded storytelling, and consistent performances, especially from stars like Tom Selleck, Donnie Wahlberg, Bridget Moynihan, Will Estes, and Len Carey. While the show never chased splashy ratings or shock value plot twists, it maintained a loyal audience thanks to its steady mix of crime-solving and Sunday family dinners. That quiet power is now louder than ever. Since its finale, the show has surged on multiple platforms. Streaming services like Paramount Plus and Pluto TV report high engagement on Blue Bloods replays, and syndicated episodes on cable networks continue to draw in millions of viewers. It seems absence really has made the heart grow fonder. Viewers aren't just nostalgic, they're still actively invested. The spin-off conundrum, given this success. It's no surprise CBS quickly floated the idea of a Blue Bloods spin-off. But months later, information about the new project is still vague. While Donnie Wahlberg has hinted at a possible Danny Reagan-centered series, and CBS execs have expressed interest in keeping the franchise alive, there's been no official green light, no detailed premise, and no casting announcements. And here's the issue. The more time passes, and the more we rewatch classic episodes, the harder it is to imagine any spin-off capturing the full spirit of the original. Blue Bloods wasn't just a cop show, was a character-driven ensemble drama with an intergenerational soul. Can that be replicated in a solo project? Will we get the Sunday dinners, the courtroom drama, the NYPD politics, and the family tensions that made it all click? Nostalgia versus risk. The idea of Danny Reagan getting more screen time might sound appealing. Donnie Wahlberg's portrayal has always been one of the show's standouts, but he works best as part of a greater whole. Stripped of his familial ties, will Danny still have the same emotional grounding? If the spin-off focuses on a newer generation, say, Aaron's daughter Nikki or Jamie's NYPD unit, will it feel fresh or forced? There's also the tonal risk. Blue Bloods struck a delicate balance between action, emotion, and moral complexity. If the spin-off leans too heavily into action, or tries to cater to a younger demographic with a flashier aesthetic, it may lose the thoughtful pacing and blue-collar heart that made the original unique. Tom Selleck's shadow. Then there's the elephant in the room, Tom Selleck. As Commissioner Frank Reagan, he was the spine of Blue Blood, stoic, principled, and quietly charismatic. Without his presence anchoring the moral center, any continuation risks feeling unmoored. Fans aren't just drawn to the Reagan's cases, they're drawn to the family's deep-rooted values, so perfectly embodied by Selleck's performance. Selleck himself has been vocal about wanting to continue Blue Bloods in some form, even lobbying for a 15th season before the show ended. If the spin-off excludes him entirely, it could feel like an incomplete story rather than a new chapter. The fan perspective. Bittersweet loyalty. What's most bittersweet about all of this is that Blue Bloods is proving posthumously that it still has legs. The show didn't end because it lost popularity, ended because of network economics. CBS wanted to cut costs and make room for newer content, but in doing so, they may have underestimated the enduring draw of the Reagan family. Now, as we see the numbers roll in and watch Blue Bloods top cable charts months after its finale, it feels like a missed opportunity. Not necessarily for a reboot, but for a more meaningful continuation. A true season 15. A proper goodbye. Something that acknowledges the show's importance to fans, rather than rushing to repurpose it through a spin-off with uncertain footing. Hope for the future. Of course, not all spin-offs are doomed. NCIS Los Angeles and NCIS Hawaii showed that with the right ingredients, franchise expansions can work. If CBS takes its time and builds a character-driven concept rather than a ratings-driven one, then maybe the spin-off will find its place. A thoughtful follow-up centered around family, duty, and service could still resonate, but for now, fans are left with reruns and a hollow sense of what could have been. Every time we rewatch Frank giving a quiet pep talk, or Danny and Baez cracking a case, or the Reagans arguing over pot roast and politics at the dinner table. We're reminded not just of what we had but what we might be about to lose forever. Final thoughts: Blue Bloods might be off the air, but its spirit remains incredibly enlivened. That's exactly why the spin-off, while tempting, feels bittersweet. We don't just want more Blue Bloods. We want the right kind of Blue Bloods. And until that's guaranteed, no sequel can replace the magic of the original.